Hi everyone, guess who? I'm Erik Sprowls. I was the director and the series creator of In Neon, and with me today is...
Mary Muhly.
And Mary, what did you do?
I was Cindy Razzi. Yeah. I was an actress.
That's great. I'm going to have you MC an event. And for the next hour, we're going to take you behind the scenes of episode 8 of the series and give you some behind the scenes retrospective on what we did on making it become a reality. So buckle up for adventure, right, Mary?
Yep. It's gonna be fun.
Look at your hair there. Mary Muhly has an interesting fact. She changes her hair color for the day of the week and length. And everything. Mary, since I've known you, you've had blonde hair, red hair, orange hair, purple hair, green hair.
I got green hair.
And it just changes for every day. This opening, Dante Morelli suggested this song. And I thought it was kind of a nice way to start it, because if you look right there in the red, that's actually Jess Vatter going to class.
I noticed it was Jess.
In real life, I just caught me on the street and cameo as I walked by.
Oh.
I look like crap.
I didn't notice you.
But Dante suggested this song. And I thought it was kind of nice to use. It kind of reflects a reflective song back on college days and that kind of thing. That house brings back a lot of memories.
Mm-hmm, it does.
So this is a scene where Jared, who plays Brett Tierney, kind of gets drugged back into his drug-related past. This scene right here with Doomer, it looks like it's in some seedy warehouse down by the...
This is episode 9, Erik.
That's what we were doing.
Yeah, but you said it was episode 8.
I did?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, it's episode 9.
This is episode 9.
Yeah, episode 9. I'm a clown. But that actually was shot not at a seedy warehouse, but in the building we used to work in. It was just some room that looked perfect for the scene that we were doing, you know, with filing cabinets and everything. And we just had a bunch of people from CUTV at the time come down and fill it up and look like thugs. You know, make plans. Who knows what they're making plans for? You know, making plans to make drugs. I don't know. There's like going through lockers and stuff. And Jared's getting swept back into it. But he has an ulterior motive. You really don't know. You think he's getting swept back into it because of the money, but he's actually getting back into it to trap Ackerman in a sting operation with the police. So he's actually a good guy, but the way it's broadcast here is, you know, he's up to no good.
He's a bad guy.
Dimmer's a big guy, too, Irving.
Yeah, he is.
Irving was actually up for Brett's role early on.
He didn't want a big role, did he?
He didn't want a bigger role. Jared looks good in glasses. He ought to consider wearing those more often.
Mm-hmm.
And, of course, you know, Jen has caught this. You notice how many people in this show are sneaking around, hearing things they shouldn't? It happens so often on this show.
Yeah, it is a soap opera.
I guess so. I never really thought about that before.
They do that all the time in soap operas.
Dante, speaking of Dante, here he is sitting out in the yard, and this is a reflective scene that goes all the way back to episode 2, where he remembers sitting in the same place and how things have changed since then, reflecting on things that have changed with his relationship with Laura and the leaf that he gave her. That was kind of a poetic thing that we did. This was a cold day, too, you know? And it's basically Dante having to think and think. Because he handed her a leaf that's kind of symbolic of the day they had together, and it's the first time they really bonded.
How did he get it back?
He just picked up a leaf off the ground.
Okay.
He had it in his pocket.
Oh
what is this, like fall last year? So now it's like winter. He's kept it in his pocket. It's all crumpled up. Not laminated. What do you call the thing where you take wax paper and you press leaves? You ever do that in kindergarten?
Yeah, we did it in high school. My mom had to do it like 6 times.
Wait, you did what?
My mom had to do it 6
No,
times.
you did it in high school?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like kindergarten.
We did a whole project. We had to find the scientific names of the leaves.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay, we did that kind of thing. I was like, what?
My mom had to do
You
it
didn't eat
6
paste
times.
in high school, did you? Like eat that? You ever make
No.
flour and water and made glue?
No. That was you.
This whole scene coming up actually was written for you. Did you know that?
What?
This whole scene was written for you. Early on in the series, somewhere around episode 5 or 6, you said to me, you know, I don't really do anything in this show, but like answer phones and like doorbells.
Erik, I'm not in this scene.
I know that, but I'm explaining why. And I said, well, no, that's not true. And you're like, yeah, it is. I don't do anything. I'm like, well, okay, we'll do something. And I looked over the scripts, and you were right. You didn't really do anything. So you and Jess Vatter got together and wrote an entirely different...
Didn't.
Well, you were going to. You were going to write a scene where you guys wanted to have a little bit more action and interaction for Cindy, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So this scene...
I remember, Erik, very well what happened.
opens up. This scene is actually written because they're setting up this birthday party that Laura was going to throw for Jen.
I think it was actually for her birthday, and since we kind of ruined it, I really want to get up to her, you know, something nice.
Go on.
Well,
So, Jess, with this scene, to open up into the birthday party that's eventually going to be thrown for Jen.
Because she wanted to get naked on screen.
Yeah, because she wanted to get naked on screen. Well, that kind of explains why her and Mark recently broke up, so she's kind of slipping back to her old ways right now. You know, she's just kind of hanging out in her room, and because Mark is blind, it's kind of nice because she doesn't really... I think if this would have been Jared, she wouldn't have cared, you know, who was looking at her at this point. But, and the room itself was decorated. Every room was decorated by the character, you know, reflective of who they were. So in Jess's room, there's a lot of her art, actually, that she's made, because she was an art major. I think she was an art major. She did a lot of art work on the series. And so it was pretty... Each room reflects what the character actually goes through. This is a nice scene, too, between these two characters, because it needed... they needed to get some things out in the open that were not said prior.
I would only be doing this for her.
I remember we shot this, it was December, I think it was, early January of 2002. And outside it was just so cold, and she had to walk around in this outfit. I like this scene, too, because it was reflective of what's going to happen. We didn't have a lot of comedy between you and Jess. Since, you know, you guys were supposed to be pissed off at each other on the show because you found out that her and Jack had an affair. A one-night stand. Let me clarify it now. A one-night stand. Just sex. Just lust. And so we needed to have that come to a boil eventually. And I think it was a nice idea to have you two basically get in a fight later on. And this sets up how it's going to happen. There's a lot of scenes on the show where I thought, especially with the women characters, I think the female characters on the show are a lot stronger than the male characters. Probably with the exception of maybe Mark. But I always thought they were strong characters. You know, and I kind of asked you guys to do things that were pretty much out there. You know, I had Jen do her dance in episode 8, you know, the strip tease kind of thing. And Jess wrote this scene herself where Laura's in her underwear because she's kind of slipping back into her old ways. You look happy there. You kind of look like you do now. You know, when you're doing the commentary, like, is this scene ever going to end? We shot these successively, one right after the other, upstairs, downstairs, in the stairs, and I like this too because Jared's kind of eyeing up, you know, how hot Jess is. You know, he's like, "Hey, how you doing?" I don't even think he was there that day.
I don't think he was either. I wasn't there.
Yeah, I remember we shot yours separately too. Like whenever she looks in the room upstairs and you're there responding, we shot that a week later or something.
Yeah.
You know what? Brett kind of reminds me of like a Bluto, like John Belushi.
I know you said that
in some ways, you know what I mean? Because just the way he kind of slobs around,
Mark, will you wait a minute?
I wasn't really happy about the lighting in this scene. This is a good example, and unfortunately, when we did in Neon, we were speeding things along because it was so long, and we had to stay on that schedule, and we couldn't really say, well, let's just do it tomorrow, because there was stuff tomorrow, and it was getting dark outside. We didn't have any lighting. We were understaffed on crew, so we
Dustin.
on Dustin, basically. And so we just had to go with the ceiling lights. And this is what I was telling people. Whenever you use fluorescent lighting, it appears green on film. But, we kind of cut corners where we had to because it was so much material to cover. So we had to go with what we had. You know what the funny thing is about that beer keg? It's been sitting there since episode 1. And we did it for scenery. But let's think about it. If it's a real beer keg, by now that beer's green.
Yeah, or at least when it got tapped.
Yeah, or no one even. And to see those potato chips in the background, those sweet onion potato chips, that's because Dante brought those like a month earlier, and he's been eating them. And we shot a scene with them in it, and they just stayed there forever. He got everybody hooked on sweet onion potato chips.
It's kind of like the people who live in my apartment.
Oh, really?
Things stay there forever.
Yeah, exactly.
Please try to exercise some.
I like the movie posters around the apartment too. It kind of gives a nice touch. It's just because can you imagine
So
those
you're not
walls?
looking at bare walls. The
Yeah,
whole
can you
time.
imagine it without anything on those
Oh,
walls?
God.
And that's a college way of life too. People put up posters, movie posters and stuff.
It's true.
It's a pretty touching scene between these two characters. They are broken up, and now they are kind of like getting back together.
This was all part of that. That was written for the cake fight.
Yeah, the whole dialogue is about you and Cindy, or I'm sorry, about Laura and Cindy, and how Mark was asking Laura to cooperate with Cindy into making a surprise party for Jen, and how Laura didn't really want to do it.
I have to get to class.
Yeah. Okay, sorry.
Are those Jess's real glasses?
No idea.
They look a little big. Don't they?
I don't know. They just look like glasses.
They look a little big. I mean, they're nice and all. It's just they look a little big on her. Now everybody at home, Jess is probably watching this commentary going, "They're not big. Your glasses are big."
I'll see you later on.
I didn't even know she wore glasses.
Yeah.
For God's sakes, will you please put some pants on?
See, I like that line too because Mark is the kind of character, and she does the double take. How'd she know he didn't have pants on? So then we transition to, I believe it's you and Grant. I really like that shirt on you. This day, you looked really good. I liked that shirt, and I liked your hair on this day, too. All curly. And you kind of come in and you have some bad news for Cleve. It's like,
Until I
hey,
go in the other room and my hair looks different and my shirt looks
yeah. We shot that on another day. You're like, hi, I have some bad news. That girl you think you're dating, yeah.
She's a slut.
Yeah, she's a slut. She's a hoe. I saw her kissing some other dude.
And I think you're a big loser, too.
I like that line he delivers. He says, I'm doing some homework right now. He's doing a crossword
Yeah, I know.
puzzle. The funny thing about Grant, or Cleve, is that annoying Mountain Dew cap that he wears all the time. And I used to make jokes about it. I'd be like, doesn't he look like, hi, I'm the little boy next door. Can I mow your lawn? I want to mow your lawn. Can I mow it?
I think Cleve's character is supposed to be a little bit off.
Yeah, I think so. I think that he could have taken that hat and turned it around. And wore it backwards.
Then he would have looked like a thug.
Yeah, but no, I think he would look more like a filmmaker. Like a baseball cap. You've seen filmmakers? They wear like some. I'm not saying that. They all turn. I've done it. You turn your ball cap around backwards just because you don't have time to do anything with your hair.
Yeah.
And you just run water through your hair, and you're out the door. You just put a cap on, and I can't tell you how many times I've done that for Neon.
Yeah. Yeah, me too.
I don't understand.
Yeah, speaking of which, I remember, not here, but like, I think, a matter of fact, it was close to this day, in the stairwell,
What about?
outside here, the main foyer, I remember you going to the top of the stairs, and you and I bet you couldn't get a slinky to the bottom of the stairs.
Did I make it?
Yeah, you made it.
Yeah, because those steps are real.
Because we were just doing some downtime. You had a slinky, and you were dumping it down the steps.
Yep.
I don't think she has any real interest in you.
I think this is one of your better scenes, too.
Yeah, I like this scene.
In terms of a dramatic pause.
Yeah.
Like when he first says, what are you talking about? You're like, and you take this big deep breath like, oh boy, this is the big moment I gotta tell you the truth, you know?
You hear it exactly.
Well, because I got to get across that I'm in love with this dude.
To get a good grade in Professor Summers' class.
You know?
Yeah, I guess there's a way, you kind of look at it that way.
And I've done some checking around, and it's true. Her reputation.
Reputation? What reputation?
Cleve. She gets around. And I think you're next on her list.
List? There's a list?
See those dramatic looks and everything you have there?
Yeah.
I like that. And
What I was saying is, my character never really said any of the things that she needed to get across. There was nothing vocal.
yeah.
So most of what I had to do was non-vocal with the relationship with him. Like, most people said the things that they wanted to get across to other people, but my character never really did that. The scenes that I'm in are really short, and there's not really that many of them. And so in order to build a relationship with him, it all had to be, you know.
Something you said earlier, I don't think is true.
What?
You're like, well, you know, I'm really in love with him in this scene, or I'm supposed to be in love with him in this scene, and I never saw it that way.
See, I did.
That you're in love with him now?
Yeah, I
didn't see it like, I just thought you're really, I know you kind of have a thing for him, but you're also looking out
maybe
for
not
him.
in love. But
Yeah, that's a little bit more accurate. I think you're looking out for him because you
Yeah.
don't want to see him get hurt. And I think maybe if you're in love with him at anything, you're in love with him to the point where you really do care about him, and if he's happy with her, then you'll step back and be okay. But by the same token, you're looking out for his interests, and you saw this girl cheating on him, and you're trying to tell him, and he just isn't listening. Because people can be like that when they're in love. They don't want to hear the bad things; they just want to hear the good things.
See, I never saw it that way.
And well, how did you see
I
it?
saw it as my character crushing over this dude the whole time.
Oh, well, yeah, she does. I think she does have a crush, but there's a difference between having a crush on him and being in love with him.
It's a mute point. It's a fine line.
It's a moot point. And you're like all defeated and you walk out.
Yeah.
I think this is the scene in the library.
Oh, yeah.
And we shot this on I don't know why I remember. I'm the champ of remembering trivial things. We shot this on a Thursday morning. It was like 10:30 in the morning. And I think we were up all night before shooting at the house or wherever. We were out till 4 in the morning. And it was a lot easier for me because, you go home, you get some sleep, you come out and do it again. But you guys had class that you had to deal with in the middle of everything. That's why I had to take my hat off to you a lot of times.
No, Eric, I think you did a lot more work than we did overall.
Well, I don't remember who the scene was with. For example, if the scene we were up before doing, with Jess and Bree here, they'd have to go home and get the same turnaround I did. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't remember who it was with now. But.
That's exactly what your cousin said. He said that it's not my
But
email.
this actually was filmed in the Mandarino Library on campus, and we had a scene here, one other scene here in the library. But, the funny thing is, even though this is a college soap opera, there's not a lot of scenes in class. You know what I mean? A lot of it doesn't take place in school.
Except for mine.
Yeah, well, the reason for that is, it's hard to get a group of people, find a bunch of extras who we want to be just window dressing, while the real meat of the story is told by somebody else. They don't want to sit around and act like, in class and give up their time. Now, if they're the stars of the show, they're willing to bend over backwards, but it's a different scenario if you would just want to have people in class. So that's why a lot of the shots on this show would either pick up before class or after class. Like, with you and Pelosi, it's always like on a private studying session, or like just as class ends, or with Bill Bennett, who plays Doc Etling in Jack, it's always like just as class ends.
We did that musical montage for the class, but it was all the same people. We just moved them around.
Yeah, exactly. You know what it was like. We had to, it was just crazy. In this scene here.
And Dustin's in almost all the scenes.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. That's like our running gag on the show. And did you know what? There was never a scene shot where Jared, who plays Brett, was in class. He's never in class. The entire series. Now, Grant is, Jack is, you are, obviously. Jess is.
He goes in to yell at Dr. Pelosi.
Yeah, but I mean, he just did that in his off time, but it never actually. You wonder, is Brett really a student?
Yeah.
Or does he just hang around and sell drugs all the time?
I know some people like that.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, who hasn't in college? That never goes to class and just hangs around and does whatever. But,
whether they're registered or not.
This eye patch. And he was screaming, "Army Hardies."
I think on this particular day, it was just me and these two ladies. I don't even think Dustin was around. They have kind of a bonding experience here. Because Jen and Laura don't get along. And they kind of like have a bonding experience over talking about men of all things, girl talk. She's having her problems with Mark. She's having her problems with Brett. And they're kind of talking about it. And Jen refuses to admit she has any feelings for Brett, too. Because she's involved with her fiancé, who's a real loser.
Yeah, Jim Loke.
Yeah, well, not in real life. Let's get that true. It's Tom, not Jim Loke.
No, not you, Jim.
We want to clarify that because, I don't want Jim Loke calling me up and saying, "Hey, I'm not a loser," But, she's kind of squaring Jen's head on that, that she might have feelings for Brett and doesn't want to admit it.
You did? Yeah. I mean, I told him that you and Tom are probably perfect for each other.
So now Laura's kind of screwing with her a little bit. She never told any of this stuff. She's making this stuff up.
Yeah, no, Laura's up in everybody's business.
Yeah. In more ways than one.
Goals, and from what I can tell, he's secure.
What's the material that she has in that sweater? That's kind of a very nice material. Is it cashmere?
I have no idea. Let me see. I've never worn a sweater like that in my life.
It's like I remember brushing up at her that day, and it was just like the softest material ever. You just want to lay down on that material and go to sleep.
Look soft.
So now they have a bonding experience.
Aw, how sweet.
It's a Hallmark moment. Somebody turn on the Hallmark channel.
We have a lot of those.
What's that?
Just a lot of Hallmark.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I didn't particularly care for... forgive me, Bree. Don't hate me. I didn't really care for your hair there.
It's a bad habit.
She looks very haggard.
I think it looks nice.
Straight like that? Mm-hmm. Really? Mm-hmm. I kind of like her.
Yeah, it's like...
She's cut her hair since, obviously, but I mean, when she had hair like that long, I said, I really liked it in the second episode when she really curled it and did some wonderful stuff with it. I didn't like it straight as much.
You don't like hair straight. You didn't like my hair straight.
No, I like hair straight. And I do like, I vary. I think that she looked very tired, and it's probably because it was like, she was in the scene last night, and then she had to get back up and do the turnaround today. So they've had their bonding experience, and we've shown something in college.
Wow, the library.
Yeah. And then we reveal that somebody's up to no good. And
oh, yes.
the purpose of this scene really is...
Is that the right person's hands? Probably your hands.
Well, see if you can guess who it is, if you know. I wish, in retrospect, we would have done this with gloves. to make it really sinister and soap opera-like, because you can tell by looking at it.
Well, I know who it is, Eric.
Who is it?
I know who it's supposed to be.
It's supposed to be who?
JP.
Yeah, Michael Ackerman. But, I mean, do you know who it is in real life?
Oh.
Like whose hand that is and stuff?
It's probably yours.
Yeah, it's mine. I'm such a loser.
So it's easy
We
to
needed to
use your
shoot
own
somebody typing this letter, and I was the only one there. I said, I'll do it. So I put on my leather jacket, and I'm like, here I go. I'm going to town. But, we said in episode 6 that Laura's been having some email problems, and episode 7 they continued, and now we're starting to reveal why. Mm-hmm. Somebody's setting up this grand scheme to meet her, and it actually turns out to be Michael Ackerman later.
Did you ever notice at all the parties, Jared gets up in the same outfit and dances?
Yeah, that's the beauty of it. He's the party animal.
With
The same outfit?
Yeah.
Hey, answer one question, because I don't know where did that cake come from? Do you know?
I think didn't buy it?
I didn't buy it.
I don't know.
I don't remember how we got that cake, where it came from, but somebody, I don't know, maybe Jess had it made. Somebody had it made, and I don't even remember if
It says Happy Birthday, Jess.
Yeah, it was perfect. I mean, I don't remember where we got it. I think Jess might have bought it.
Did you get the second cake? The
There was
little
only-
one? The little one that we had to use at the jail. When we reapplied.
I don't remember. Oh, God, I remember a lot of this. We should just set this commentary off.
Yeah,
That's like, what?
And the punch needs to be continuously stirred.
Yeah, you gotta work on that punch over
Even though
there.
there's nothing in it.
Yeah, you're busting your butt over there. Oh, this is such hard work over here with this punch. You know what the funny thing is? All those electrical cords coming out of the wall. It's a college house. It's supposed to look kind of ratty and everything. We're really using those. Those are our electrical cords going out in the yard, turning on all the lighting and those colored lights those colored lights you see all over, were Grant Jacks, who plays Cleve, and they really just were awesome to have.
Yeah, they're
It
nice.
just kind of fills in the blanks so you feel that there's a party going on, and there's actually nobody in the house but you two.
Nothing.
I think that was meant for me.
Hey, ladies. I got the chips you ordered and the cases of beer in the fridge downstairs.
It's kind of neat, too, when Grant comes home. These Doritos, he acts like he's opening, but they've been sitting there for days.
Yeah, I know. You
As
see,
a prop.
it's all wrinkled up.
And
At least he didn't have to eat the donuts.
Yeah, he didn't want to eat these in the
Donuts.
first place. And I think he got sick off these Doritos.
Do you remember the Walmart donuts?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I remember when you ate those in the first episode.
No, and I also had to eat them later. Same donut.
Maybe it was the same donut.
It was the same donut.
I like him sitting in the scene because he reacts the same way as any guy would of two women about to have a real kind of catty,
Sleeping with you.
repertoire cat fight, really.
Yeah.
And, I told him that I play it so you're laughing at all this stuff and you kind of get drawn in, but,
Was Grant always supposed to be in this scene?
oh, yeah. He represents all the males in this world who want to see these two, have the big fight with frosting and everything, and it's fun. It's funny.
Yeah.
And I like the dialogue that you guys have here that goes back and forth.
You could never be a piece of ass.
You really slammed her when you said, I'd rather be a... What'd you say when you...
Fat
a fat ass and a piece of ass? Oh, that's a good one.
I mean, that's what Cleve did, isn't it?
But then she's kind of hitting you where it counts with the...
Oh, yeah.
The whole thing about you making up that lie about Cleve and the great
that
thing...
resurfaces.
It was it was an
regularly.
accident. You just you had that conversation in the lunchroom with Mark just because you didn't want him to think that you were a loser where men were concerned and you needed, a crutch.
Well, Cindy's kind of a jackass, too.
Yeah, a little bit. She can be. She can be. But see, the truth comes out here, too, in this flashback.
And I must say it was quite
Oh, yeah.
That you came on to Cleve And there was no attack from Cleve. And you'd only told Mark that because you wanted him to think that you were pretty independent. And Cindy wasn't independent at that point, and she gradually gains that over the progression of the series.
Mm-hmm.
I remember, too, in this scene, we shot it as a two-shot like this because it just needed to flow more between an argument between the two of you. It just wasn't happening on the close-ups.
Yeah, it was tough. Here it comes.
You leave Mark out of this.
And then look at him. He's like, yeah, what? Who? That's why I wanted him in this scene. I don't even think in the original schematic of it all, he was in this scene. I think I wanted him in this scene.
No, that's what I was wondering. I think you added him.
I like it because he's like, oh, yeah, what are you going to say? Oh, yeah, what are you going to say? You know.
No wonder he didn't stay with you.
And now you kicked her where it counts and told her, well, Mark ditched you.
This is what was weird. The water that she pours was hot as piss.
Really?
It was really hot. Yeah, remember we used because it was freezing. We used hot water.
That's right.
And I was like,
That's right. It was also about 10 degrees in the apartment that day because the heater was broken. I like how he scoots back there, too. And we shot this edit by edit. Do you remember that?
Mm-hmm, I do.
Like we had to shoot.
And you could tell he's slow motion.
Because we had to shoot. You go for the cake here, and then we'd say stop.
Do you notice my necklace breaks in this scene?
Oh, yeah. I did notice that.
It's gone after this. It's never worn again.
You guys wore just the right clothes, too.
Yeah.
She wore all white. You really hit your head here. Listen to this. Listen.
Yeah, I know.
And even Grant's reaction was, "Oh my God!" But you played it through like a trooper. You're like, I love that. I love that because you're like, I didn't hit my head for nothing. Keep going, roll it.
Oh, you couldn't exactly smash my head in the cake.
Yeah.
Without going.
And that's the one thing. We had one cake, so we, like I said, we had to shoot every one.
Like I ate the cake.
I like this here too because it's like you're pissed, she's pissed. Oh, and he's definitely ready, to watch what's going to happen, and then it all hits the fan.
Then he's like, "Oh shit, I need my video camera."
And I know I got to say this too. See that punch bowl coming? Yeah, it didn't last. Mary, I got to tell you, I said don't throw the punch.
I know.
And the first thing you grabbed was the punch.
I didn't throw the big thing of punch. I just threw a little cup of punch.
I know, but in retrospect, I'm so glad that you didn't listen to me because it looks so much better without. And then at one point you grabbed the nachos.
Oh, I know.
You're throwing water. Look at that.
That's
You're
right.
crazy. and I'm back there getting hit with most of it. And here, oh yeah, this was an ad lib. You totally did that. That's the greatest.
It's like sticking in her hair.
Oh, that's the best. And I didn't think for any reason in the world it would ever get that messy. Look at that. You're just throwing crap around. Oh, that's awesome. And it's slop. Oh, you couldn't ask for better stuff. This is so typical because I think I've had neighbors like this when I was in college.
Yeah. I just love her. She's one of my favorite characters.
That's it.
Oh, and this is all her too.
Yeah.
She wanted to be she picked out the book she was reading. She wanted to have a mud mask on and curlers on and
Yeah, she's not an old girl. She's like younger than me.
Yeah, she's 25, I think. At the time we shot this, she was younger than that. She was about 23. But she made herself up with gray in her hair, and this is actually shot at her house in real life in Brownsville.
Yeah, all the scenes she's in, she does a good job.
She does a great job. Barb Peffer.
Come on, Laura.
This part I was a little disappointed with, and I'll tell you why. When she throws that and hits him, I really pictured a big thing going splotch right in his face, and then he having cake all over his face.
Why didn't you do that?
Because we were out of cake at this point.
Oh.
We'd used it all. We didn't plan
Yeah,
ahead.
it was kind of like, all right. Thunk.
And originally, in the original script, she had called, Barb Peffer, Mrs. Filbert, had called the police, and the police were supposed to be at the door instead of those two. And the cake was supposed to hit the police officer, which is why you guys ended up going to jail.
Yeah, I know.
But
It still worked out.
Yeah,
though.
it still worked out. I mean, because you hear the siren approaching in the background, and we still got you for disturbing the peace anyway, so it kind of worked out.
Well, they weren't there when we shot that scene.
Yeah. I like these shots, too, because it just
There's
shows...
my boob shot.
It just shows what a complete mess everything's turned out to be.
Would Amber have wanted that out, too?
Yeah. Maybe. Who knows?
Probably not.
Yeah, no. You guys look so great. You guys were real troopers in this, man. Good timing you have here, too.
I love how she's just like, I'm in fucking jail.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, God. I'm scared.
You're like, and probably it would be the other way around in real life. I can just see you, like, leading all these protests and, like, spending your life in jail, you know? Marry the tree-hugging hippie. Look at that muscle definition in your leg, Mary. My God, you got some strong legs. You know that voice
I'm
off
not
screen?
particularly happy with my body in this.
You know that voice off screen that yelled "pipe down." It's supposed to be a police officer. It's actually Jared Shaw
Yeah, I could
who
tell.
plays Brett.
I'm surprised everybody can.
That's what you do when you have bargain basement TV.
Yeah,
Are you kidding? I'm not gonna let you talk to him.
I like this argument.
Things around the way you always do.
You guys and your hair, man. Your hair looks great.
Naturally, we're both gonna call him. We obviously can't call our parents, and he's the only one with enough money to bail us out.
I remember we went out and bought a second. You were talking about a second cake and more frosting and just put all over. This actually was shot at the Brownsville jail in Brownsville, Pennsylvania. And
Oh, the second cake had way more red icing on it.
yeah, you're covered in it. Here, look at this. This is funny. Look, officer, and then we have this electronic. You know what that electronic thing is that opens the door? It's dusting on the ground.
Yeah, I know. He was on the ground, wasn't he?
Yeah, we have a crew guy laying on the ground who just slung the door open. And in technology, you think it's some kind of electrical cell.
In Brownsville.
Yeah. Oh, this is a great cameo. Now, this guy's obviously a thespian of the theater. He's great. I was huge. I've lost a lot of weight since then.
Well, you were also being taped from underneath.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, and they had a wide-angle lens too. So it probably makes me look fat.
It's not the most flattering angle, all right? I would not have let myself get taped like
Look at that. Oh, I look humongous. Humongous.
Johnson.
Why didn't you guys tell me I was that fat?
That was another thing you can't control. Because your weight fluctuates, and if you do a scene and then you finish it later, and you gain 5 pounds.
Oh, yeah. Oh, with you guys, with women, I don't know if it's just women in general or you, but you're like
so small.
You're so petite, and you're like, if you gain 5 pounds, you think it's the end of the world. To a guy, it's not 5 pounds. It's like 50 pounds. It's the end of the world. It's just so amazing how weight changes.
What's so funny?
This is neat because we went over this scene over and over and over. This was supposed to be a very comedic scene.
Yeah, I remember, and I didn't even know how to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Remember?
Yeah.
Thanks.
Remember,
Until I realized that it was a joke that I was supposed to really think that I was getting thrown in a biker
lesbian cell. Yeah. This is great. Listen.
Please get down here before she gets us thrown in the biker lesbian cell.
That's great. And then here comes your savior.
Now, does he actually pay to get us out of jail?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
He pays some fine, whatever the fine is, you know. Because they had you, on disorderly conduct and disturbing the peace.
I thought maybe there was some kind of thing going on between him and you.
There is.
The cop.
There is.
Where you were just screwing with us.
No. We're friends, like, we're supposed to be friends in real life.
Main Street look is in right now. So, which one of you was first to become someone's biatch?
Oh, you're dead.
That is a good scene.
Yeah, I like the jail scene.
You know how hard it is to find a jail with bars on it? We went to a bunch of different jails because I really wanted the old bars, and most of them have plexiglass now. They have holding cells with plexiglass. Plexiglass. I'm like, what? And Brownsville just happened to be one of the few old jails that had bars left, so we
What's
we
Cal
used
have?
Plexiglass.
Really?
Yeah. And I wasn't really happy with how close the bars were to each other.
Yeah, they are real close. But you know what? It doesn't show so much on film as it was in real life.
We'll do anything. Just
They don't,
get
you
us
know,
out of here.
they were really close together, and I don't think
Yeah.
it shows here.
I thought they were going to be at least another, like for where every bar there is, I thought there'd be an empty space, but that's not the way it works. Yeah, there I am trying to smoke.
You don't smoke.
No, I don't smoke.
Should have had Grant smoking.
Yeah.
He doesn't smoke in a neon, does he?
Oh, yeah, he smokes a lot of it, Nina.
Yeah, he does.
Look at that. I look like a monster. Well, you know what the problem was?
I look like a monster.
Oh, we weren't supposed... There was supposed to actually be a police officer here, and they canceled on us, and we couldn't stop shooting.
Yeah.
And I said, here, give me the hat. That's actually Grant's Mountain Dew cap turned around. The reason Grant has his Mountain Dew cap backwards here is because it's the same Mountain Dew cap that I have. And I had to look like a police officer on the spot. I'm like, what do they wear? They wear like caps and like a leather jacket.
Yeah, you're wearing the same hat as him.
Yeah, and then just different takes.
Thank you, Fred. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, gross. Get off.
I think that might have been a real reaction.
Probably.
Killer cupcake cuties. Next on Cops.
You guys look good with your frosting.
You better watch it, girl. You already got a record. And you too.
Grant's
Thank
good.
God,
Though.
I was starting to mold.
We were very fortunate to get that jail. That just gave the right touch. And then, of course, Brett comes over and he says...
Now he's got his hat on forward.
You know what else? He didn't have his camera either. He didn't, when he walked out, remember how he came in, he started saying, which one of you two is first to be blah, blah, blah. He didn't even have a camera when he walked
Somebody,
out. He forgot to take it. And, of course, Brett has the big idea to do this, to catch...
Grant
Ackerman.
kind of plays Grant in a neon.
Oh, yeah. You know what? When we did the commentary with Grant, you realize Grant never even watched it in Neon. He never watched it.
Yeah, I know. He won't watch this either. We can say whatever we want about him.
In fact, we could say anything we want to about Grant right now, and he'd never know,
No.
because he'll never watch this.
In fact, I doubt anybody will watch it.
Yeah, we might as well just go home. We can talk about people's parents. Let's
make fun of everyone.
Let's talk about what they really thought, okay? Let's talk about how, like, Amber was always late.
No, wait. Amber will watch it.
Oh, yeah, Amber will watch. You gotta be careful about that.
No.
This scene here was supposed to take place on a softball field, and they wouldn't let us have access. So then it became the football field, and which was a lot better to work with. Anyway, I liked it better. And it's supposed to be a real creepy scene, you know, where the drug deal goes on, where Brett is supposed to have. He was supposed to get sucked back in by Ackerman here. In fact, that's my phone. I think he's using at the time.
JP.
This was shot at Adamson Stadium in California, Pennsylvania. This was Irving loved this scene because he got to play with his Nike gloves, and he got to use a gun in a scene.
A fake gun.
Yeah, a fake gun, toy gun. That was kind of nice because it shows how Jared.
It seems funny.
It shows how Brett is playful, but it also shows how he can sometimes get the upper hand on Ackerman. Ackerman's the one who stabbed Brett. It shows how sometimes it goes back and forth like cat and mouse. You don't know really who's going to have the upper hand.
It's so melodramatic.
Yeah. Yeah. Here's another thing. Since we're talking about people,
Okay.
back in episode 6, what was up with his hair?
I think it's hilarious. I was just thinking.
You remember in that scene where he's
Where
on
it's like
the...
sticking up everywhere.
Yeah, what's that all about? I thought it was some kind of like... I really seriously think he did that on purpose just to screw with us. Just to,
Probably. I
you know,
thought it was good.
because I
It was
didn't tell him
funny.
to take it out, but...
But is that what? That's when he came over to the house, right? When his hair was all weird. Was it?
No, it's one where Jen went to the frat house and talked to him at the door.
To yell at him.
Yeah.
Well, he is in a frat.
I know, but what's that got? He's got that funky wacko hair sticking
I
out.
thought it was cool.
Seriously, what? What's up with
He
that?
probably had hair like that week. You know?
I guess. I like to shoot a lot of the wide shots in this too because it showed that these two were isolated from everybody else.
Yeah.
and also because I shot it in the football field, so they know that neither one could really get the upper hand because, Brett's got his boy, Doomer. That's his backup protection, and Ackerman has his boys over at the door, watching, so no one disturbs them. It's the first time that these two have had a scene together since Brett got stabbed.
You look well. Yeah, well, 2 weeks in intensive care and some weeks off school will do that to you.
This, I remember, was a cold day. I mean, what day was it?
There were a lot of cold days.
But it was... The only difference between that is this takes place up at the stadium on an open field, so we had about a 30-mile-an-hour wind that would come up every once in a while. In fact, some of the audio in this is just really bad because you hear like that rumbling noise because the microphone would get blown around. And this is one scene I wasn't happy with because it ends kind of on a wimp factor. Brett gets the upper hand and catches Michael Ackerman in the sting and sends him to jail and everything, but in retrospect, I really...
Rats him out.
Yeah.
Brett's a rat.
I really would like to have seen Brett, at the end of this scene, look over at Ackerman and say, oh, and by the way, I owed you this, and then just punch him right in the face. Because, he stabbed him.
Yeah.
And it's neat because
I'd like
he
to
sends...
see a little animosity come out.
Yeah, he sends him to jail, and he gets the upper hand and all, but I really think he should have just KO'd him, but it was so cold that day. No one wanted to be there.
You know what, this is good, though, too. There was a lot of that kind of thing going on with Brett's scenes and his scenes. A lot of physical force. Because he gets them, later.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah, he does.
Things aren't over between them.
No.
That's for sure.
By any means of the word.
This phone call. I got the same thing. And the amount was so large with the money, I just couldn't turn it down.
And you find out, Brett's really just all about retiring here. Or, you don't know, Brett's playing somebody and you don't know what he's doing. You don't know if he's really getting sucked back into the drug world or if he's playing Ackerman for something else. You don't know what's going on.
Yeah, it's hard to tell where he's going.
And I kind of like that because you as the audience, you're a little bit like, what?
Yeah, right now, you don't know what's going to happen.
But see, Ackerman's he's not stupid either. He turns the tables on here by saying stuff like, hey, did you know that your girl came to see me? And that's what we were just talking about with that hair in episode 6. And Brett had no idea. So it's kind of like they're playing each other.
His hair might have been longer there.
What hair?
No, in episode 6.
Oh, it was just a nightmare.
But maybe it's a good thing you pulled it up.
He had it all coming out in all these weird areas. I thought he was just doing something, but...
Oh, it's amazing what a woman can do to you. You should try it once in a while.
I think I remember him saying something about that. I don't think he did it for the show. I think it just was.
I think he was just doing it, yeah. But I in retrospect, I probably should look at it and said...
I liked it. I thought it was cool.
It'd been like, hey, I kind of look at it the way, like, she came and caught him at home.
Yeah.
And... like the stuff that you do stuff at home. If somebody you come to somebody's house and catch you, I might be sitting around in my underwear. You know what I mean? And you just caught him doing something with his hair.
Yeah, they wear the stupidest clothes at my house.
The funny thing is about this too. Brett's supposed to be wired, and you see it in the TV shows. Whenever somebody's wired, they have like the wire buried on their chest. We thought about that initially, but it was so cold on the stage here. It's like, you ain't putting that thing on my chest, so we put it on his inside shirt. He's like, that's cold out. I'm not going to have my shirt come off.
No.
Worked out. Oh, yeah, he's got the gun.
This was a little melodramatic, too, because, in real world, the police wouldn't have taken her to this, And, California Borough Police Department was pretty...
Now, you got them to come down and do this for you.
Yeah, they did. They came by.
That was really nice.
Yeah, and they came by on that shoot. All we needed was them to pull in.
A real police officer that did that scene with Jared later, too, right? Or was it not?
Yeah, his name was... You mean in episode 7? His name was Jason Conaway.
Where he's like, thank you for coming down here and doing what you're doing.
Yeah. And, now it turns out here Brett got the jump on JP and says, hey, by the way, your boys, they're police, too. You stupid idiot.
Yeah.
And...
He says something like, Just like a
I really just think after all this would have happened and the police are there and they got the complete drop on him and Jared's not a bad guy after all, I just think it would have been a stronger scene if he would have said, hey, by the way, I owed you this, and just punched him out, you know?
Yeah.
The Untouchables. Yeah, but if I recall, Al Capone goes to jail.
Because, you know, in a way, Ackerman is...
I don't know. I like it the way it is.
Nothing to me.
That was an ad-lib, by the way. And he says, you're nothing to me. I kept it in there.
A lot of Jared's scenes were ad-lib.
Jared is very talented.
He didn't even... I don't even think he really had to memorize his scenes. He could just...
He made them up.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to say that completely, but... He's a good actor. He's really good.
He is. Definitely came easier to him, I think, than anyone else.
Yeah. Oh, and there's my wonderful cameo. Again, that, you know, in actuality, that was supposed to... You'd mentioned Jason Conaway, that officer. Mm-hmm. That's who that was supposed to be.
Oh, okay.
He was supposed to... And he's a real police officer in California, Pennsylvania.
But you were playing the same characters as you were in the jail.
Yeah,
there.
And that was supposed to be Jason in both scenes. It's kind of like a tie-in, you know, but it just never... He didn't have the... He couldn't get off to do it.
The same guy who did the later one. Mm-hmm. That would have been nice. Oh, well, still nice.
He just couldn't get off to do it. It would have been nice. But
you could have done all three, but you didn't really have, like, a police officer outfit.
No, and his was real.
Yeah.
So... And I'd worked with him before on a TV series.
Uh-oh, here we go.
Fright Night. Oh, yeah, and this scene here took place at the real TV studios where we made in Neon, CUTV. And that's the set of where we would do our weekly newscast. There's that Mountain Dew baseball cap, man. He was in love with that. Does he have a thing about his hair?
I don't know, he's probably just one of those people who likes to wear hats. I know a lot of guys like that.
I do too once in a while, but...
What's strange is that hat was very new. You know, maybe he just wore it for the Neon. Because it wasn't all, like, worn in, you know?
Yeah. Jill plays a good bitch. You know, she plays a good, conniving bitch.
She does.
I like whenever she smiled at him just there before he dropped the camera, and she said, oh, I guess I can say, you know, I knew you back when. And she gave that fake smile. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. I had a roommate like that.
Yeah. And Jill's she's the kind of girl that any guy would be dumb enough to fall for because, you know, all guys see with their pants. You know? Mm-hmm. It's like, we don't care what kind of personality they have.
Not Jill, but her character.
Oh, not Jill. Yeah, let's talk.
We like Jill.
Yeah, we do like Jill. Megan. Let's talk about Megan. Jill's really nice. But Megan, on the other hand, she just does a really good job. You know what? Jill had some experience taking pictures. She's what's the term? I want to be politically correct. They used to call it pageant queens.
Really?
But she's had some pageant experience.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, she did. In fact, her and Amber, who plays Kim on the show, both had some pageant experience background in doing just different things like Miss Pennsylvania or something like that. And Jill
she does a lot for CUTV now, huh?
Jill?
Jill.
Yeah, she does. She does the news. She actually is an anchor on that set for the newscast for the university. And it's kind of funny if you watch... you know what's going to happen here. It's like it's really neat that the anchor is having so much fun on that desk.
Yeah.
You know? She since has actually gotten a. I think it's neither an eyebrow ring or a nose ring or a lip ring, something on her face, and she still anchors that way.
I really don't know that much about you.
Yeah, she did a really good job. She's very beautiful first, and just very alluring in that, and like. The fact that
yeah, she's sexy.
She pulls that all off, you know, is all the better. And you know, Cleve is just stupid enough to fall for all of it. In fact, he tells her exactly right here. You know, he's like, you know, my friends are telling me that, you know, you're only going out with me because I'm brainy. And she's going, oh, no. But she is busted.
Yeah.
You know.
Rhea really surprised me, though, because you think he's not even trying and that he doesn't care, but most of his scenes came across really well.
Yeah, he read pretty well.
You know,
I think it was just a matter of memorizing.
Nothing was just like off with him ever, really.
Yeah.
He never overacted.
Yeah. Here comes Tommy Thompson.
My favorite character.
I mean, Bobby Thompson. You and Jeff got along so well.
Yes, we did.
I think in another life you two were married.
That was weird. I didn't even know him.
When we shot the finale, you
I
guys
knew
were at
him
each
for
other's
2 minutes,
throats.
and we were like, I hate you.
You guys did not get along very well. You didn't have political views.
You know what,
the
though?
same
I don't think we really disliked each other. I think it was fun more than anything.
Oh, yeah. I mean, now that you look back on it, anything's fun. But at the time, I really don't think you guys got along. It was just something that just set you guys off.
What does it look like I'm talking about?
He's a
Come on, it'll
Republican.
give a whole
I like how we had that long pause there, and you're like, he's a Republican. Like, enough said.
Oh, he is, isn't he?
Enough said. Okay? I'm a Democrat. If you're a Republican, you're just weird in the first place. It's funny if you look. You know, it's funny if you look back on that plaque. My name's on that plaque. They have a plaque on the wall there.
Erik Sprowls.
That the outfit that Jeff Sandusky chose to wear there, he's actually dropped a few pounds since this too. He looks pretty like a big football player there. Jeff actually played ball, Bell Vernon High School.
I
think
see
he was
that
a
about
lineman.
him.
He wanted to choose, like, he has like a, do you notice how he has like the Letterman jacket on and the structure shirt, that kind of thing? Mm-hmm. He says he wanted to play like a prick from like one of those 80s football comedies, you know, like the jock player who's a real son of a bitch. Mm-hmm. I said, you did a good job at it.
Yeah, he did.
Right there at that editor, that's where we put the first 6 episodes of Neon together. Mm-hmm. Right there at that editor.
He played the kind of guy I would never date.
Yeah, he's a real jock. He's all stuck on himself. And he's supposed to be dating her.
And most girls swim, too.
Oh, yeah. And barf. He's a Republican.
His character.
Yeah, his character is a Republican. So
His
then,
character is definitely a Republican. There's no doubt.
you know, by the way, you notice how we keep repeating the same footage? I just thought that was so hot when Jill threw her leg up around Grant, and she only did it once.
No.
And we just kept playing it over and over because it was, first of all, you know, when you kiss somebody on screen, it's awkward, you know, in any way you do it.
Yeah,
And
when you kiss someone on screen your first day.
Yeah, you were the first kiss we had on the show.
First day of shooting. The first
day
scene
of
we
shooting.
shot.
Yep. And, I mean, that's awkward. I mean,
Yeah.
you know it. And
It is.
when Grant kissed her and they leaned back, that had to be uncomfortable as the devil, just like leaning back, because you think, oh yeah, what a hot scene, but let's face it, okay? You're sitting on a hard-ass desk.
Being videotaped.
You're being videotaped.
With somebody you barely know. Well, they
and-
knew each other, huh?
Yeah. Well, no, I don't think they did. Not that well. And this is his big evil plan. He'll just videotape this and send it to the dean and figure he'll get them both expelled, and his plans all come together. We could really
Look at her hand.
Yeah, coming down, you're like, oh, it's so hot. I remember if you would actually stop the tape right now, as soon as that edit happens and you cut out of it, it's like they immediately sit up and she's like, oh well.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, oh well, that was fun. Anyway, you know, how about the Pirates?
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, totally.
So I thought it's kind of weird when you kiss. There's not really any romance involved in it. You just got to bring some actual heat to the scene, and it is kind of
Sometimes
awkward.
there's romance involved.
A little
You
bit.
never know.
A little bit. There was a one time.
There wasn't when Grant and I kissed.
Well, you can't say that,
No.
Mary. I mean, it kind of led to a little romance.
Perhaps.
Was Grant a Republican?
No, I don't think so.
He wasn't a Republican?
I don't know. Might have been. I don't remember.
As one of these 5 people.
That's not something I recall.
Don't
So
miss the
probably
one
not.
everyone will be talking about.
I like these little trailers for coming next time, too.
To miss.
I'm sure you'll love to hear my version of the story, where you come into
You can pluck my eyebrows. They look good there.
sexual favors for a passing grade. Oh, and they'll believe you.
He's a joy to work with, too.
Oh, Dr. Slavin?
Michael Slavin and
Oh,
Pelosi, yeah.
I just love Dr. Slavin.
Dr. Slavin. And there you have it. You know why I put that quote in there?
What?
That, to the friends I made in college?
Why?
I think that's probably where a lot of rumor came around that said when I made this movie, was it based on people I really knew? Yes and no. I think everybody's had friends like this in life.
Yeah.
You know?
The characters in Indian are very symbolic, I think, of stereotypical.
Yeah, I think you can relate to all of them.
There's definitely a stereotypical and a stereotype in all the characters.
Yeah, because I think
my characters are, kind of annoying, goody two shoes.
I've known people like that.
Girl.
Too. Yeah.
Who thinks everything's just like wonderful. Just makes, with all that magical stuff.
Like,
oh, wow.
The house is so magical.
I can't walk on Senior Walk,
Yeah, and you're like, you can't, what?
Yeah.
Walk on Senior Walk? Get the hell out of here. I remember Grant actually was one of the people that said, no, wait a minute, she hasn't walked on that whole sidewalk the whole time she's been in school? No. And he was like, she hasn't what? Not walked? Get out. Why? Well, she considers it very special because, her dad, this, that, and he's like, that's stupid.
I always
Next subject.
My favorite, I always thought there was something magical about this house.
Yeah, it's something magical about this house, but that's TV,
Yeah.
It's soap opera, too. We wanted to make it kind of cheesy and cheese it up a bit.
She was cheesy.
Yeah, she was.
And
I mean, and it's
that's
like,
okay.
And it's like Jess. I've known characters like Laura's character, who are just all sleazes, and I've known characters like Jen, who was kind of like the shy, kind of backward band geek, and Brett, who I've known people have done the drug scene, and I actually knew somebody that was blind for Mark, that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. Well, there you go. That's the commentary. For episode, let me correct it, 9. Thank you for correcting
9.
me. It's not episode 8, it was 9.
We didn't want to do 8.
And produced by Right Foot Productions and shown on CUTV. We had a good time doing it. How about you, Mary?
Great time.
Maybe we'll have you back and we'll do the finale.
Perhaps. If you're lucky.
All right. Until then.
Only if Jeff Sandusky's here.
All right. Take care. We'll see you next time.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
We're covered in cake and beer. Just come down here and get us out of here before she gets us thrown in the bedroom lesbian cell. We're covered in cake and beer. Just come down here and get us out of here before she gets us thrown in the bedroom lesbian cell. we're covered in cake and beer. Just come down here and get us out of here before she gets us thrown in the biker lesbian cell. We're covered in cake and beer. Just come down here and get us out of here before she gets us thrown in the biker lesbian cell. We're covered in cake and beer. Just come down here and get us out of here before she gets us thrown in the biker lesbian cell. We're covered in cake and beer. Just come down here and get us out of here before she gets us thrown in the biker lesbian cell. we're covered in cake and beer. Just come down here and get us out of here before she gets us thrown in the biker lesbian cell. We're covered in cake and beer. Just come down here and get us out of here before she gets us thrown in the biker lesbian cell. We're covered in cake and beer. Just come down here and get us out of here before she gets us thrown in the biker lesbian cell. We're covered in cake and beer. Just come down here and get us out of here before she gets us thrown in the biker lesbian cell. we're covered in cake and beer. Just come down here and get us out of here before she gets us thrown in the fire of lesbian cell. We're covered in cake and beer. Just come down here and get us out of here before she gets us thrown in the fire of lesbian cell.